The strongest thread line for me into making furniture, into woodworking, is to have a pursuit. I was working in a sales job. I didn't have any passion for what I was doing. I didn't really have any connection. I just wanted to get the best paycheck that I could get. And day to day, my work was pretty hollow, and I was pretty hungry to have a real pursuit. And I felt like I was wasting time not really giving something my all and really pursuing not only a finished product, but just pursuing mastery. Dealing with having a job that you're not passionate about and knowing that you could do something that you are passionate about is a mixture of dread, regret, and maybe even confusion of how you got into a role that you don't enjoy in the first place. That dread really drove me to pursue furniture making as much as I could, to spend as much time making furniture as I could, and to spend as much time learning the craft as I could, just so that in the future I could not have this feeling of dread. Today, I don't see there being anything else I'd rather do. There's not another job that tomorrow I'd rather go into. But again, that's not to say that at other points in my career, when I was having a really tough week, really tough month, there was plenty of times when I thought, maybe I could sell insurance for the rest of my life. Those thoughts, come and go, and I just kept showing up to work and kept failing when I needed to fail. You just get through it, and you also learn that even though I made pieces of furniture that were complete failures and that I had to completely redo, losing money on it, outside of your own subjective experience and your own internal dialogue, even in those failures, you're fine. You can still show up, you can still keep going, and you really build a resilience to those moments. A piece of advice I would give anybody going out on their own, whether it's in furniture making or just a creative or business pursuit, to try to jump into deep waters as soon as possible. And of course, at first it's going to be scary. Me personally, I failed a lot at the beginning of my career. I think if it's too easy for you and you have too much success at the beginning, you might not appreciate that success. The more difficult it is, the happier you should be realizing what's on the other end, and realizing that once you overcome this patch of difficulty, now you're the type of person who can overcome that patch of difficulty, and that growth of a person is really, really satisfying. One thing people will talk to me about when they see what I do for a living and they see that I have my own business where I'm making furniture, they think of the cliched saying, if you do what you love for a living, you never work a day in your life. I don't feel that. If you're really pursuing something, there's going to be so many steps along the way that you would rather do anything else than that. There are so many times when I questioned why I ever started making furniture, and I didn't have any passion for maybe weeks on end. If somebody came to me and they were wanting to pursue their creative endeavors, I would basically say, what else do you have to live your life for? We really only get one walk through life. You're only 25 once, you're only 30 once, you're only 35 once. It just seems so arbitrary to me to not pursue a passion, because whether you succeed or whether you fail really doesn't change, how time moves on. So you may as well not have regret